3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? On this episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, we got Sir Jon Lee back on, and we talk about the symbol and being face down. All this and more on today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. Pew, 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 pew. What's up, everybody? Welcome back, and welcome back to episode 145.
4-3.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Damn, you skipped over 3 episodes.
143 of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast.
Dang.
I'm Jared.
Dang, I'm Jay.
My bad.
And just win the future.
Y'all still in early November. I'm all the way after Christmas. So, and then we are here joined today by Sir Jon Lee. Sir Jon Lee, say what's up, man.
Wow. What's good, y'all? Glad to be back on the show. I miss y'all.
Hey, man, glad to have you back.
And we miss you too. You were our last guest, the last time we had a guest, so we're happy to have you back again. Thanks for coming back, man.
Oh, man, anytime.
Appreciate it. So, hey, y'all, we're back at it again. Fellas, how was your week? Sir Jon Lee, we'll let you go first. How was your week or your past couple months?
This past week has been really good. The last couple months have been, teeter-totting. It's been rough, but I feel these past 2 weeks I've been back to myself, cracking jokes, smiling, all the positivities in the world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm back.
That's good. That's good.
How about you, Jay?
Wow. Oh, man, I've actually been home half the week. My kid had the flu, so, that's pretty much my week in a nutshell, man. Didn't do much of anything.
Yeah.
So, ta-da, there you go.
Yeah. Wow. Let me think here. My week has been pretty good. Just, a lot of prep work at home for this live event I had yesterday for Hooks, Rubs, and Spices at one of the stores that carries it. I guess one of the large stores here that carries it. A lot of people came out. A lot of old friends, new friends. A lot of old fans and new fans. So it was pretty dope being able to interact with some folks and throw down. And I made some Southern turkey meatball bombs. It was some good stuff. Some good stuff grilling up yesterday. So, yeah, man. So other than that, it's a pretty great week. Been excited to have Sir Jon Lee back on, as the week sort of progressed. So if you guys, want to, obviously you can always send in a message to us, voicemail or text. Jay, why don't you tell the people where they could do that, and maybe you guys could leave a message for Sir Jon Lee this time around, and then we can have him back on again sooner to answer the questions.
Yes, indeed. 3853 BLAKPC. That's 35325-2572. We look forward to them voicemails.
Oh yeah. All right.
Okay.
That's right. All right, cool. So, yeah, man. So, like we've said, we brought Sir Jon Lee back again to talk to us, and he reached out to us. I don't know. It was just funny. It was just out of the blue with a bunch of great energy about Prince and being face down. So, Sir Jon Lee, why don't you go ahead and describe the situation so we can talk about it?
So, I've been rediscovering Prince's catalog lately. And I've been, immersed in it. And I'm, listening to the album cuts, some of the unreleased stuff, the demos and all that stuff. And I come across this video. I keep seeing this thumbnail, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna save that for later. And then, I go on to something else because I'm in the mode. I'm like, I feel for you. I want to be a lover. Do me, baby. That type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And and there's actually another song I was listening to from the Versace tapes. I don't know if I could say that word on Do you guys mind if I use vulgar, extreme vulgar language?
Whatever you want
Go
to
for
do.
it, dude.
Whatever.
Go for it.
So,
I mean, our last episode was hashtag your ass got food at home, so go ahead.
That's right. I'm tripping.
All good.
But yeah, so that song was called Pussy Control.
Yeah.
And Prince is rapping on there, and I'm like, what the hell? So I'm still like, and it's hard too. It's hard. It's dope as hell. Like he got bars and he going off, and then I keep scrolling through, and I finally like, all right, I'm gonna watch the video. This motherfucker, this smooth ass nigga, face down. Like I'm playing it and I'm listening, and he's talking about what did he say? What was the first line that he said? One day he told me that he wouldn't take Prince to the ringer. Now he's a washed up singer. Ain't that a bitch? Something like that. I'm like, what? Oh, this nigga rapping. The beat is hard. I know he made the beat too. Like, and this is like it sounds like a Chronic with some like funk under it, like more funk under it. I'm like, yo, what the hell is Snoop on this?
No, not at all.
He just going so smooth, and I'm like, yo, why wasn't this like the number one record in the world? Like, this is the most amazing. My mind was blown. I'm thinking like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. The music video is hard. They got the little dance steps, and he's like so petty in the whole video, and I'm like, yo, what is this? Yo, like, what? That should have been video of the year. That should have been, that should have won all the Grammys. It should have won an Oscar. It should have won an Emmy. It should have won the MTV Music Video Awards. It should have won all of it. And what's the date on that? Hold on, let me see.
Let's see. It says, I think he wrote it right after he released the gold. What's it called? Like the gold. He wrote it right after he wrote the Gold Experience in '95. But it was released on Emancipation in 1996, the fall of '96. So it said it was intended to be one of the album's commercial singles. So although the company that handled the release of Emancipation, EMI, was massively reorganized the same year, and the single was never properly released. So this is why we never heard it.
Oh my God!
Yeah. He made a video. It just never came out.
Yeah, because Chronic was like right after that. Like that was right after Chronic. This is Pac era. Like, come on, we was itching for stuff like that back then. Like, I was still a little pup, but still, like,
we should have had it though, right?
That should have been number one record. Like, that was a big mistake. Whatever happened at EMI, they dropped the ball, because that song is incredible. Like, whoever is running Prince stuff right now, they should just invest the money and market it, because that go right now. Like, even if it's a meme, like, I'm surprised meme culture hasn't got onto it. Like, somebody need to meme about it or something, because that is just, it's so sassy and petty and gangster and smooth at the same time. I'm like, yo.
It was Prince at his best. It seems like I think I remember, or I guess from this, from the description of Face Down, it says that it was a comical send-up of haters, critics, and Prince's former self, with extras and members of Prince's band attending a dramatized funeral for the purple icon. Let's see here. What does it say? It said, as Prince's longtime keyboardist Morris Hayes recalled, the song was inspired by a critic's negative review of the Gold Experience album. For the most part, we had really good reviews, but we got this one scathing review for whatever reason. This particular one kind of bothered him. He said he recalled, I said, you know what, Prince? They can kiss my ass. As a matter of fact, when we die, they can bury us face down and they can kiss our ass on the way out. I said all of this stuff. I went on a cussing tirade, and then he just died laughing. And 2 days later, he plays me this song, Face Down. Isn't that amazing? Prince and this guy had a conversation. They were so pissed off. It must have put Prince in such a creative mood that he had already written and like composed music for it and played it for him 2 days later. That's crazy, man.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Staggering.
Yeah, that's funny. And he said that was one of Prince's last songs to include excessive swearing, because I guess the artist changed, and changed faith and stop swearing after a while. So that's crazy, man.
Yeah. Now, one observation that I noticed about the song, the part where he says horns. Mm-hmm. There's no horns on the song. That's from a synthesizer, right? And then in the video he's playing the horn, and that's the only instrument he didn't know how to play.
Oh, okay.
So like,
that's funny.
I think he was kind of calling out like fake producers are just showing how fake the industry is or something. I don't know, but
that's interesting.
Or did he learn the horn just for this? Or did he learn? Or I guess he act like he learned the horn just for this video. I don't know. Either way, that's dope. That's
petty.
Oh man,
that's petty.
It's Prince, man. Prince was too good, man. I don't even know. He's one of those guys that obviously you can't replace his talent.
No.
His skill level. Obviously, there's tons of artists out there who could, probably, write a song within a couple of days. But, his level of talent and ability, is sort of unmatched. There aren't many others that could have done that. So, and if there are, there's some of them that are already passed, like Michael. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's one I won't bring his name up, but yeah. I think he had a lot of creativity, but we don't speak that particular name around here anymore or in public.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Can you give me a hint of who you're talking about now? What? Give me a characteristic, a personal quality, character trait.
He likes teenage girls.
Poop, poop. Pee pee. So you talking about?
I ain't saying he's like on that level, but he has a lot of creative ability. As far as like composing songs and writing songs.
This is true. Right? This is true. He also knows how to tell girls, if your man ain't doing it right, call this number on the screen, and I'm gonna take care of you. If y'all don't remember that song, I'm a flirt.
Oh, dang. Oh, yeah, that's right. Damn.
Right at the end. I'm going to tell y'all what, man. I was listening to that dude's music yesterday 2 days ago when I was like in a zone doing some stuff. Like, I don't know. I clicked it on YouTube and I was like, I got to jam this right now for some reason. But then as the song goes on, I started to realize whose music I was listening to, and I wanted to change it really quick because I felt sort of dirty.
Yeah, that'll do that to you.
Anyway,
my God.
so I guess were you in the mood where you needed to tell somebody that you needed to sing this song to them? Is that why it came up? Or you so hyped about it?
No, it was just in the queue. It was just in the list because I'm trying to discover this artist. This is somebody that I didn't appreciate when he was alive. To its fullest, so like I don't know how I start. Oh, that's how I start listening, because I mix my own music as well. So like I wanted to get some advice. I'm always looking for workshops or tutorials from engineers that I respect. And one of them that came up was Prince's engineer, and I forgot her name. Hold on. Let me Google her real quick. But I was watching a Red Bull session with her, and she broke down how she helped mix for Prince's songs, because she was originally just an engineer, and she would just do maintenance on the consoles and stuff like that. But Prince was like, hey, just mix me real quick and stuff. And she ended up being the engineer, his primary engineer for everything from his, I think it was Controversy all the way to like somewhere 95, 96.
Wow, for a long time, man.
Yeah, and I was just writing notes, and she was talking about this particular song, "If I Was Your Girlfriend," and how it was basically a mistake, and what happened was the console was really cheaply made or something like that, and it'll like shut down on certain levels at certain times. So what ended up happening is the high end on that song, when they were recording that session, it somehow shut down only the high end, like the bulbs or something. So when they were recording it, the song, it sound muffled like this because all you're getting is mid to low end. And then, so Prince kept going, and also the tape was, I think it was recording it slower than normal. And so when they played it back, it was a little jumbled up. And then she's like, I think we need to do it again. And he had jokingly told her, he's like, hey, I don't make perfection. That's what Michael Jackson does. I make mistakes.
Wow.
And so she ended up fixing it in the mix. And then we have this masterpiece, If I Was Your Girlfriend. And once I finally heard the song, I was so intrigued. I was like, oh man, like the pitch on here is abnormal. It sounds like, sampled, it sounds like something I would sample. And then from there I listened to 1999 again, and I was like, man, this feels good. So it became a part of my music therapy, so to speak. Like, so I use Prince's music as my therapy. So I'm listening to Raspberry Beret.
Yeah, that was a good one.
If I Was Your Girlfriend, Do Me Baby. Hold up, let me go to my playlist. Because these songs are dope. I Want to Be Your Lover, Nothing Compares to You, I Feel For You, Lady Cab Driver. That is such a underrated joint. Uptown, Face Down is on here.
Yeah.
Controversy, Anti-Christian, Private Joy. Yeah, so, and the engineer, her name is Susan Rogers. She's dope, and she's actually a doctor, a scientist. And she does studies on the effect of music on the human brain and ears and all that stuff. So she's a really
cool,
out there. Like, y'all should Google her, and watch some of her interviews and stuff. She's interesting, but yeah. So with that being a part of my therapy and finding Face Down, that's why I sent it to you, because at that moment I sent it to you, I just watched it, and I was like, oh man, I gotta show somebody this. And I was like, yo, they would appreciate this. So I sent it to you. But yeah,
that's funny.
Dope.
And you look up Susan Rogers, like you look her up and you see her picture, you're like, this is not the lady who engineered Prince's songs. Like, this lady looked like she's somebody's grandma. She's somebody's grandma. She need to get her a pumpkin spice latte. Like, she does not look like Prince's audio engineer.
Right, right.
But that's dope, man. Creativity comes in some interestingly different packages all the time. So
it does all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, that's wild. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at looking at these pictures, man. It's taking me down a little rabbit hole of like Prince hairstyles. So I know that's way off the mark, but
what was your favorite Prince hairstyle?
Oh, dude, I'm looking at a lot of these, and man, he has. I'm looking at the perms. I'm looking at the little baby fro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the 1980s like Jerry curl.
Yeah.
Oh man, they got the wild stuff.
Yeah.
Like the really, really, really wild stuff.
Purple rain hair. I don't even know what you call it. The short hair.
I don't know.
What do you think? Which is your favorite Prince? The fro, the blowout, the Jerry curl, the little like, what do they call it? Like the little like, I can't remember. They don't call it like the candy curl, but it's like one little curl that falls in front of his head. The one with the do rag around his head or the scarf. What's y'all's favorite hairstyle?
I think it's the Controversy album cover for me.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can find that one. It's
the let me speak to your manager haircut.
Oh, well, I see it now.
It's the Sharon haircut.
Yeah.
Or Karen, the Karen haircut.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah. Man, what about you, Jay? What you thinking?
Man, I don't know, dude. There's a lot.
I think I'll tell you mine. I'll tell you my favorite Prince hairstyle is his 1980s Jerry curl. You know, I don't know. It was one of those things, man. When I was a kid, there were two particular hairstyles that always made me just die laughing, and I don't know why. One was the afro, and the other was the Jerry curl. Because like, I don't know, man. Because like when we were kids, and I remember Jay and I and our siblings, and then another cousin, we'd always look at like my mom's yearbook from college, from Southern University, and my mom was in college in like the mid and late 70s, mid 70s. So there's a lot of people with afros on there, and we used to think they were so hilarious as kids because that wasn't the style. We had like fades and we had high tops and flat tops, whatever. So we always thought it was hilarious. So I love those. And then I don't know, man, just the Jerry curl, watching people turn their head real fast and just drips spray around like the Soul Glow commercial.
Oh man,
follow the drip. That's how you find people sometimes with the Jerry curl. So, so that was my favorite Prince hairstyle. I got to say that one.
All right. I think I found a picture of it. Hold on. It is dang. It's not on a cover. It's just some random pic. And I can't describe it to the listeners out there, but I'm gonna send it through the little text chat, Skype text. Whatever that bottom one was. But I don't know what year that was, but
I don't know how to explain that one.
What is it? Let me see. Oh yeah.
It's like a perm, but it got the curl with it. It's a little richer, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, man.
That was. Let's see here. I'm trying to look. So apparently, Prince had 36 different hairstyles between 1978 and 2013. That was what he sported.
Wow.
So let me look at that hairstyle.
36.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what year frame that's in. So that looks like that is in like between 1982 to 1984. He basically had like 3 different versions of that same hairstyle. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What's the maintenance on that? Like,
I don't even know.
You gotta get that done every day. Like,
wow. Yeah.
There's no way. Just that. How like you get your when you see a woman get their hair done for a special event or occasion, like after that day it's done. They're gonna wrap it up. It's gonna look a little different. They'll rock a new style or something. But I'm sure he had to have hairstylists like with him.
Oh yeah,
like probably every 8 hours or something, or every fixed curl or something.
Yeah. That hair could not be imperfect at all. And if it was, then he'd have to change it to something else. Wow, that's so wild, man. Nah, that's funny. That's some good hairstyle. So, how about this? So, I'm sure at some point, maybe just at the beginning of this part we talking about this song, maybe Jay will engineer in some of the face down music so we can hear that. And so as we see, face down is sort of like a in the face, diss track to anybody who was, who was dissing Prince, disrespecting Prince back in the day. So what are some other, I guess, diss songs that you love? What other diss song could probably stand up to this? Maybe what compares to what? can you think of a better diss song than this? Rap, R&B, whatever. There's been a lot.
I mean, that's on this level, kind of taking a shot at everybody.
I mean, either one, man. Whatever. It doesn't matter, one on one, or one versus many.
I mean,
it's kind of hard.
I mean,
because it's so fresh, so we're gonna be biased,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What about just any? Yeah.
I mean, I still think Pusha T's story of Eddie Don is it's still a little hard hitting on the Drake part.
Oh man,
that's still pretty.
Man. Yeah, I have a funny story about that.
Oh,
okay. All right, go for it.
It's not really that deep. It's not that deep. It's just funny. It was just awkward because y'all saw the picture where I met Pusha T, right?
Yeah.
All right. So after I finished chopping it up with Pusha T, I walk out and my younger sister was with me, and we walk, and then I see Wonder Boy. No, Boy Wonder. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the guy who produced Drake's diss to Pusha T.
Mm-hmm.
And I take a picture with him and stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, that's so weird. They're like in the same building, does he even know?
Wow.
But it's just a funny story. It's just funny. I was freaking
funny.
out.
That's very funny. Like it'd been like you should be like, yeah, man, I just got finished talking to Pusha T. Oh.
I mean, they don't go around smacking artists and stuff and producers like that no more. I don't think. And I hope that wasn't anything that would have got violent, because I'm a fan of both, and that would have sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just a little interesting. But yeah, I digress.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to think. Like, there's been so many obviously great diss tracks, in many different situations. I mean, there's always like the Nas versus Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Takeover's better.
What's that? Takeover's better. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that beat sucks, bro.
Yeah.
I hate that beat.
That's funny.
Takes.
I mean, there's Tupac, Hit 'Em Up.
Oh yeah,
Ice Cube with No Vaseline.
There it goes. That's the one. Hit 'Em Up is on that level.
Yeah,
face down with the video and stuff like that. That it's on that level.
Yeah.
No Vaseline is. I don't think you can compare anything to No Vaseline. I think it would be disrespectful because No Vaseline is like the first. It's not the first, if I'm mistaken, but it's like the one that was like so vicious.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, it's funny because you look at some of these and then you look at just like I guess it's different because, I don't know, like nowadays people can drop a single and it doesn't have to go with the full album. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, you basically had to drop a full album, and then you'd happen to put on, Hit 'Em Up as one of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? Or like Prince's song. Say what now?
And they gotta go with the flow of the whole album.
Exactly right.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Exactly. But and I'm just saying that because I'm looking at all these diss songs or whatever, just like a list of, and then you pass by the one you just said, the story of Eddie Don, and the cover picture for it is Drake in blackface.
Yeah, blackface. Yeah,
it's so bad.
That was so.
And it's like almost like he put out the whole album with just that one picture and song. He had to put out anything else. He could just put that out by himself.
Yeah, man, that was so cold. I remember it. And, and this is the same, man, it's cold because it's the same day when we heard that, me and my boys are sitting in the parking lot. We all Drake fans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then we like, oh, Drake killed him. And then he come out nowhere with that. The internet doubted. No, that's the thing is the internet was like, nah, push is done. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
And then he drops that out of nowhere. I remember seeing the cover. I was like, no, this is fake. And then I'm like, oh, it's real. And I hit play and I'm like, oh, and beat motherfucking Border Patrol. I was like, oh no. My feelings was hurt. I was
I'm telling you, man.
That's a Drake.
That's hilarious. No, and you know what? I think this is why, though, like, in my mind, and you know, I'd love to hear y'all's take on it, but, like, in my mind, you know, the last big beef that Drake had before that was between him and Meek Mill, and he came out with back-to-back, and then after that, Meek was silent. I think that was the last one Drake did, and that was it. So they're like, okay, Drake won this, and I guess, you know, that's what it sort of seemed like. It seemed like Pusha was done after Drake's, you know, song before that, but then he dropped that on him and really outed Drake, and I don't know, so maybe that's why people thought that he was done until he came out with that. What do y'all think?
I don't know. I think we got caught up in the hype because Drake got out of album mode to diss Pusha T, and the fact that he had the balls to diss Pusha T.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is, it was good. His diss was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. The beat was great, and his delivery was cold. And everybody was mad at Kanye at the same time. And when we heard all them Kanye lines, we was like, "Oh yeah." You know, so and Drake's really good at getting the internet behind him, getting, you know, all the memes behind him and stuff like that. So we was like, "Oh, it's over." Dang, because even my homegirl from Virginia, she was tweeting like, "Man, Aubrey, he's different when he get in this mode. Like, I'm so mad, but Push is done." We was like, but how many days did it take? Like 3 days?
Oh, it was,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was
around 3 days.
It was real simple.
Yeah,
it didn't take long.
When he got back, boy, I was trying my best to find something negative about it. It was like, nah.
Yeah. You know,
he did that boy dirty.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
wow.
You gotta take the punishment for whatever you try to drop on somebody. So
yeah. How do you feel about the MGK Eminem beef? Those diss songs.
I wasn't too hyped about those for some reason, because I don't know. How did y'all feel about it?
I mean, I don't care either way for either one of them, but I just found it, I don't want to say hilarious, but I found it interesting that out of all these people, you know, that let me just say, I just found it interesting that MGK was the one that had the balls to kind of like diss Eminem on record, you know, and I actually honestly thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was one of, I guess, the highest played songs, I guess, at that time, even probably to date. You know, it's got millions upon millions of views. I mean, like I said, I really don't care for either one of them, but I thought that was a pretty nice diss towards Eminem. Even the rebuttal was pretty good too. Yeah, so I was just curious what you thought about that. Since we talked about this,
I like that line. That line he said, "Your beard is weird." He had me like that. I was like, "Yeah, his beard is really weird," and it was good. It was solid. I'm not even gonna lie. And Eminem got back at him. I don't think I even listened to it because I thought MGK, you know, handled himself solid. And of course, just because it's Eminem, nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, MGK won." They're gonna, even if Eminem didn't respond, it would have been Eminem won that just off of his strength, but
right.
yeah, I'm not really into Eminem as of this era. Like,
totally understand.
Yeah.
No offense, no offense, but no, I can't.
That's pretty funny. I just thought it was funny when MGK said your last 4 albums is as bad as your selfie. So, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I mean, that's bad. I mean, because everybody talked about Eminem's albums, and yeah, everybody was like, man, what happened to Eminem? You know what I'm saying? Who is this white person wearing a tracksuit? Like, it's not the same guy.
No.
You know, so, and I don't know, man.
Him and Kanye switched fan bases.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So speaking of Kanye, have you heard his new gospel album?
I haven't heard it in its entirety.
Heard some of it,
but I definitely checked out a few tracks with the choir on it because I have 2 friends that sing in that choir.
Okay.
So I definitely checked out. So far, I'm stuck on Closed on Sundays and Water. Closed on Sundays is hard. I don't care what anybody says. And Water. I don't like the way it ends, but I like it. So I like it. I'm gonna get a in-depth, deep dive into it, but
yeah,
I'm kind of, rocky on it because Snoop just put out a gospel album that was hard. That was real traditional gospel, and that's what I grew up around. So like, I'm gonna critique it too hard, and I don't want to do that because that's probably not what he's going for.
Yeah. What do you think, Jay? How much have you listened to
Kanye? It's just like I told you, like, I only listened to it that one time, maybe, and it's a quick listen. And like I said, it's only like 20-some minutes long, you know. So I listened a couple times, and it was okay. I'm not gonna say it was worth the purchase for me, even though I didn't purchase it. But I probably wouldn't purchase it. It wasn't that good of an album for me to purchase. I'll say it like that. But I could understand if some people like it, and I know a lot of people really, really don't like it.
Yeah.
But I could see why some people do.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to peep it out yet?
Yeah, I listened to about 5 or 6 songs, just while I was driving, and Close on Sunday was good. What is it? Hands On was good as well. And I gotta say this, man. I was skeptical of the album because it's Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like if you think like Rob Zombie does a Christian album, you're like, how are you singing contemporary Christian, Rob Zombie? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just like that kind of effect. It's like somebody that you don't imagine. Just like you said, Snoop put out an album like that, and you're like, Snoop Dogg, really? But I have to say, man, there's a lot of like old school gospel and new school gospel, like music mixed into it, and tones and tunes and all that stuff, and themes, and it seems like the spoken word that he's delivering, actually is actually good. It's just always hard for me to think it's Kanye, but then when I hear the beats, I'm like, all right, cool, I can vibe to this. I mean, 5 or 6 songs in, I'm like, okay, cool. Now this is the thing about it. Like, I'm not sure that music's going to be able to, or going to be played on Christian stations or gospel stations. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that I don't think that they. I don't know. It's one of those things. You have to see what a person's actual heart is, if he is like legitimately changing, or if he is just putting that music out just to have it out there. So I don't know how much spin he's going to get on that, and I don't know how much spin he gets on the regular stations, radio stations either, because I don't really listen to them that much. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought it was alright though.
I don't think he gets much of any play on radio stations. I hear the same stuff over and over again, man. And it's Megan Thee Stallion and all these other little kids. So Well, what did you think about? I don't know if you've seen this. I think this happened like a couple days ago, maybe in Harris County Jail in Houston. He had his Sunday service in the actual jail.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah,
that was dope.
I saw he did a performance for some inmates, but I didn't know where it was. So
there was a lot of inmates over there, man, and a lot of them were like falling to their knees crying. That type.
Yeah.
So he's like pulling in that type of response and that type of emotion with his with his performances or with his Sunday service. I mean, I don't know what all goes into it. If it's just all music or if there's like actual preaching going along with it as well.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know what? One of my friends over here who is a minister. You know, he's an ordained minister, and he's also a hip hop head and a sneaker head. And he's like an old school old school hip hop head, like some deep underground stuff. So, he went to Sunday service when Kanye came through here, and I only found out that he was coming through here doing that Sunday service because I saw this dude's post that he was on his way to it. So I was like, man, I'm too late to try to go to it. But he said he liked it. He said it was actually really good. I don't know exactly if there was any preaching, other than the music. But I don't know, man. I think that if Kanye is sincere, and doing it for the right reasons, obviously more power to him. I still got problems with his political views, but this is the conundrum for me, y'all. And y'all, I don't know what y'all think about this, but I think about it like this: like okay. We already know his political views and who his best friend is. It seems like the orange Cheeto, and so but Kim Kardashian is out here trying to help people get off of death row that are wrongfully accused, right? And trying to get the president's help, to get a pardon or whatever, and trying to get all this evidence out there, which seems in every case so far, it seems like that they're telling the truth, that this person should be exonerated, whoever it is.
Right.
So all this good stuff, all this good vibe, all this good juju on this side, but then on the other side, you don't like his orange friend. So I don't know. It makes it hard for me. But then they're using the orange friend's power to get these people exonerated that should be exonerated. And I mean, I don't know how much y'all know about the history of inmates on death row in Texas, but there is a long history of specifically people of color, black people, Hispanic, Asian people, people of color that have been put on death row, wrongfully accused, have to sit there for 20, 30, years, whatever it is. A lot of them have died, and they're wrongfully accused. And come to find out, the police at the time just said, hey, we're going to get this witness. This witness is going to say that this person did it because this was just the nearest person to the crime when we showed up on the crime. You know what I'm saying? Right. And this person wasn't even there. And there's a long history of that. There has been some history of some people getting exonerated and pardoned, whatever. But the percentage of those people compared to the ones who've died is so far different. It's not even close. So it makes me happy to see that there's somebody advocating for it, and that this truth is coming out. And now, thankfully, we're in a day and age where we can get these people out. But it also is a hard conundrum for me because I'm like, I mean, I don't know. You also are friends with the most powerful person in the country, and runs the most powerful country, and that dude hates all these people. So
yeah, it's like I don't know, like I don't have I don't know what the dude is thinking, but it seems like. Because he's always kind of been like counterculture from when he first came out, and also it seems like, I don't know, it just seems like, Jay-Z and Beyonce get to go to the White House with Obama, well, I get Donald Trump or something. Like, it's like he's his president, and like he kind of, I don't think Kanye necessarily agrees with everything he says. I just think Kanye likes him.
Yeah.
But I don't know though, because College Dropout, it's just, it makes no sense now. You know,
right.
Juxtaposed to Kanye now. Like, the music part makes sense because it seems like he naturally progressed to gospel music. Mm-hmm. His first album was full of gospel samples. He had Jesus Walks.
That's
you
true.
know. Mm-hmm. And every album, it seems like he's kind of progressed. Jesus was like blasphemy, but it's still like a progression toward, you know, gospel. Just from what I'm listening to, like, because Kanye was, like I told y'all, he's the first rapper I could listen to without sneaking, because he had Jesus Walks and Hey Mama. I was in him in the house, and for me, he was like, you know, I had my dad, but like, he was still like another father figure to me. Like, you know, he taught me about the Black Panthers. He taught me about conspiracies in America. He taught me George Bush don't like black people. He taught me, taught me not to be homophobic. He taught me to dress. You know, like, so it's just weird.
Yeah, true. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just wild. You know, you know, like you said, you know, he spent the better part of almost 20 years now in his career being one thing, with a little mix in of, you know, this spirituality. And I know there's tons of his music that actually has, you know, some gospel, you know, undertones or beats to it, whatever. But then you know, he drops it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. So here's a question for y'all, and this is not even on the same topic, but it is about music. So shout out to the Don't Judge Me podcast, Jay Del Negro and Nigel. They were talking on their most recent episode a little bit about the comparison between like love or R&B music back in the day, like in the 90s and 80s, etc., compared to R&B / rap music now, because there's a lot of rap music that is like semi R&B, semi rap, or, you know, people trying to sing rap, whatever you want to call it. And you know, back in the day, you know, we talk about like, and this is sort of while I was listening to some love music the other day. You know, you talk about guys like you know, like Shy and you know, like who is that? Boyz II Men and Velvet DeVoe, Jodeci, all these guys talking about, you know, I love you, you got me feeding. Like, the only time they mentioned drugs was like all the chronic in the world couldn't hold up to you, or something like that, you know. Or they talk about, you know, there's a meeting in my bedroom, you know what I'm saying? Come to room 112, you know what I'm saying? Like if I ever fall in love again, then I'll be sure that the lady's my friend. All this stuff. But nowadays, it's
I'm
like,
knock it down in the back of my car.
Right? Exactly. Here, take these 2 Xannies and let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I don't know, man. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about the love songs of yesteryear and the love songs of today?
Well, I think it's more lust songs of today instead of love songs. And it was funny, me and my wife was talking about this some time ago. It's like, cats singing these days don't reach for the air anymore. You know, like back in the day, you see a singer and he's like reaching out in the air and grabbing it.
It said Nehu.
Yeah, there you go. There's no more Nehus, man.
I think it's out there though. I mean, you got Daniel Caesar, you got PJ Morton.
Oh, yeah.
You got her. You got, you know, some of these some of our brothers and sisters from the Caucasian descent. You know, they're killing it. But I mean, it's out there. Like y'all said, it's probably not. It's probably not as prominent as it used to be. As far as you gotta look for it. I know I had to look for it because before Daniel Caesar, I kind of gave up on R&B, and then Daniel Caesar and PJ Morton dropped all this goodness on us.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, I'm trying to think, like, before them, really, like, the last major acts that I could think of is possibly like a Chris Brown or a Usher, you know? Even Chris Brown wasn't like talking about popping mollies, but, you know, even though he did have some other domestic violence issues, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that it's wild because you talk about guys like Daniel Caesar, but they're not, they're not mainstream right now, compared to the way that those guys were back in the day, I guess.
Yeah. It's a shame that they aren't, and it's probably is like a whole different conversation just on the consumption of how we consume music nowadays. It's like all we had back then was pretty much like the radio or maybe even video, but now you got all these different streaming services and all these different blog sites just putting up a ton of music. Yeah. And you don't know where to get it from. It's not like one sole place to like hear something. It can depend on the radio because like we was talking earlier, you just hear the same few songs back to back to back over and over on repeat all day long.
Yeah, because like the new model is it's mostly single based, and then it's also like what did they say? Was it quality over quantity? It's more quantity based now.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to ask something about like because now I don't know if y'all noticed with all genres. Like once you drop something, like the next week it's over. Like it's like I see some of my friends that's that drops music and stuff, and then like the next week you don't hear about the album. I'm like, why y'all not promoting anymore? And they're like, so on to the next one. I'm like, oh god,
that's crazy.
That's quick, man.
Yeah, so like it's. Like in most R&B guys, I notice they take their time. Real R&B or people who really want that timeless music. I think that I posted something about that. Dr. Dre said, you want to take time to make something timeless.
Yeah.
So them dropping like every other year and others dropping 2 albums a year, it's kind of like that's what it kind of feels like that. Because I think both PJ Morton and Daniel Caesar just dropped something recently, 2 projects, but I'm sure like the average consumer doesn't even know like and stuff because they dropped like a month ago, I think. No, Daniel Caesar 2 months ago. PJ he's touring right now, so it had to be at least a month because he dropped a project called Paul. I haven't even checked it out, so I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah,
because I'm still listening to his last one. But
I'm just like, how is that like is it because it is so easy now to just straight up record a song or record several songs, call it an album, and put it out compared to back in the day? Because back in the day, you'd go like. As short as I could remember, maybe a couple artists putting out like an album like, once a year or something like that, year to year to year. So it took them, 12 months or so. Whereas nowadays you can put out an album this week, put out an album next week, put out an album next week. Like you say, it just disappears so fast. So it's sort of, is that like the reason you think why people just move on so fast?
Well, I don't know if the average consumer knows about that, but one thing that I did notice is the cost of creating the product is anywhere from between like $10,000 to $0.
Okay.
So if you're like me, you produce your own records, you write your own songs, you engineer the sessions, you do that, and then the only thing I have to pay for is studio time.
Right.
And majority of times I don't utilize studios because I understand how to work rooms now and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm paying $0 to create, right? So you gotta get a cover artist, somebody who could do the cover art for you. You want to shoot a music video, that's anywhere you want to spend $1,000 to $5,000. On the indie level, you probably want to try to get it for free, but you want to put some money in getting a good video. And then from there, the rest of the budget goes to marketing and PR. So, like, these kids now, they're making marketable music in their bedroom for free. And, some of them have the money to, and a lot of it's good. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's marketable. That makes it good. So, like, and then they have the money to invest in marketing and PR. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just the whole music industry is in a weird place because we haven't figured out how to properly monetize off these streaming services and all that too. Like, and the streaming model is just too accessible too. Like, you just hit a button and they're playing your song over and over and over again, or they're on to the next one. They don't like it. 30 seconds, first 30 seconds, you don't press me next. So there's positive and negatives. So the positive is the creatives get to make their music for way cheaper than they did back in the day. They get to make their mistakes. They get to actually learn who their fan base is by putting out records like that rapidly. With seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. If they're smart and and they understand how to look at markets and how to market to a certain audience and stuff like that. So there's a lot of good and bad, but the only thing I don't like is I just put out an album. Now I'm finna spend the next week creating another album to put it out. That's just too fast for me. I don't like the slow. I like slow appreciation. I don't like that. Okay, I listened to it once. All right, on to the next one. If you listen to it once, then I feel like I failed. Yeah. Play it over and over again. Like, because you see it work with certain artists, like big artists, like Drake, of course. Kanye's. Now, here's the thing. Another thing about Kanye, like, I don't know if this is intention, but by him constantly doing these pop-up Sunday services, that is great marketing.
Yeah, it is.
That is amazing. Yeah. If you haven't, because old heads gonna find it eventually, and if you see that, that's gonna draw you into the album, of course, the way he did that rollout, he's still doing, and it's simple, it's smart. That is brilliant. Like, I applaud him. I don't know if he's doing that because he feels like it's his service or he's doing it for marketing. Either way, it's brilliant and it's working. It's smart.
It's true. It's definitely true. He's going. I don't know, man. I think Jay and I sort of talked about this a couple episodes ago or so. But he is now interacting and drawing in an audience that he would probably have never had access to before, or as easy access to before, because in every church, in every situation, there's, the younger crowd, 35, 40 and under, that potentially listen to his music outside of church. But, ain't nobody grandma really, like, ain't nobody church grandma, you know what I'm saying, listening to Kanye, in their car. You know what I'm saying? So if he shows up at a church, like I think that, they said he's been to some actual mega churches and done that Sunday service at as well.
He's going to Joel Osteen's church soon.
Yeah, that's so sad. I have so many issues with Joel Osteen. He's just bad. Anyway, no, but but think about this. He's going to Joel Osteen's church. I can't remember what it is, like 20,000 people can fit in there or something like that. And then he's broadcasting it across the world, essentially. So he's hitting new fan bases that he never would have had a chance to get to before. And this is what's going to be funny to me is like when people, because nowadays you can Google anything or anybody immediately and find out everything about them. So when people go and Google Kanye's music, they're like, "Oh, that was a good song, or that was a good concert that he just put on. I just want to hear what other kind of music he has, so maybe I could download it. You know what I'm saying? What other Christian music he has, and it's not there."
Oh, he doing Hebrew. He got into the Hebrew. Jesus, let me listen to that.
Right. It's not the same.
Our father stretched my hands. Oh, he sampled a classic. If I ever smiled him.
So yeah, exactly right. So I'm just interested to see how that's received. I really want to ask my brother because my brother, dude, my son just decided to come in and yell. I really want to talk to my brother. What'd you say?
He scared me. He got us all.
I know he got us all. Hold on. I really want to ask my brother though, because my brother is right now in a, he's in school right now to be a minister, and my brother has some very strong views. So I'd really want to know what his, what his take on the new Kanye album is. I can bet you $100 that he's not listened to it. He probably hasn't because he's always stuck in the books. But I really want to know what his take is. Somebody who is a ministry student right now. Studying the Gospels. What his take is. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting.
So I don't know. All right, let's see here. So what else we got? What else we got going on this week? I have a question for y'all. Wait, what were you gonna say, Jay?
No, I was just saying what's up.
No, my bad.
What's your question?
It involves T.I.
Okay.
Oh God.
And the current situation he has going on. So just what? I mean, I know both of y'all don't have I know both of you guys don't have daughters, right? So I don't know. I would not show up with my daughter to her doctor's appointment for the same situation that he is going for. So I'm gonna mute this while I print something out and talk to my son. And I'd like to hear y'all's take about that on T.I.'s situation.
We talked about this last time a little bit, delved on it just a little bit, but I just think he's being a super controlling father for one.
Being the wrong.
It's definitely not his. I don't want to say his business. I mean, it is his daughter, but I'm just curious. I'm just curious if he's going through these same type of steps with his sons. As far as like discussing the pitfall, not even the pitfalls, but like the downfalls, the risk of having sex at a young age. I mean, obviously he's put like the
Just didn't have any kids.
obviously he's like super protective over his daughter just for this what he's dealing with now, or what she's dealing with. I just recently read that she unfollowed him on like Instagram and stuff, which is that's I don't know, man. He's just all over the place. I think he probably should not have said what he had said.
He shouldn't have said that.
He should not have said that at all. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I mean, obviously, I know the answer, but yeah.
I don't have kids, so I don't really. I don't know. I don't have a fight in this really. Right. I know it's just kind of creepy. It's just a weird vibe. And I know I want a daughter, but I don't know. It's not. Is it really my job to do that? As a father, is that really necessary? To go to her doctor's appointment. Now, if it was mom, I could understand, but not to check for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's 18, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, she's good. He tripping.
Yeah, I think. That's the thing, man. I have a daughter. I will not be showing up to any of her doctor's appointments for that. Not at all.
Not for that.
I'll take her to the doctor's appointment. When she's that age, I will. And I'll say, all right, you and the doctor talk, or I'll let her mom do that because her mama knows that type of stuff. I don't. This is the thing. I'll teach my daughter right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? And which we've already taught her. And we'll say, when you get to that age, this is what we feel about this. This is what we feel you should do or shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And but we will not go into the doctor's office to help inspect her insides. Like T.I.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Come on. And at some point, if the girl's 18 years old, at that point, I guess if she's still living at the house, that's one thing. She's still in high school, that's one thing, obviously. But I think she's in college right now, so I don't know, man. That's what makes it weird.
So he catching planes to go.
Right? Exactly.
Like, that's extra.
And as a college student, you go to school with T.I.'s daughter, right? You're a college student. You know who she is. Obviously, she's T.I.'s daughter. Does that make you want to go and try to be the first one to pop the cherry?
Yeah, I think.
Is that a challenge?
I think, man, we like accept it. Man, we look at virginity so different than because when it comes to us, we're like, whatever. When it comes to women, it's like, like I don't understand the double standard. It's a double standard.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Especially if you in the house, please don't do it. But if you 18, you in college, I can't. What can I expect? It's life. Things happen. Things happen. So leave that little girl alone, man.
Yeah.
let her live her life.
Yeah, and at 18, she should know right from wrong, and I'm sure just thinking about the way T.I. is acting and has been very outspoken expeditiously, as he likes to put it. I'm sure she's heard all this stuff so many times. I would hope that as an 18-year-old, she would know the rights and wrongs in the pitfalls of some of these things that could happen. So
he just knows a lot of big words.
Very big words.
Speaking expeditiously.
I read a meme that said T.I. just knows a lot of big words, and that's it. He's not like very smart or something. It was funny, but I'm not.
Have either of y'all checked out this podcast?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't yet.
And he had
it's with him and his wife, right?
No, it's just him. It's him and he's pretty much the only one. This dude had a interview with Master P a couple weeks ago, and I swear it turned into T.I. interviewing T.I. because he was answering everything. He wouldn't let Master P get a word in for anything, and I think a lot of people in the comments noticed that about all his interviews. That it's pretty much just him stating a whole bunch of big words and asking questions and then answering his own questions. It's hilarious, man. It's frustrating and hilarious at the same time.
I gotta listen now. This is about to come a viral thing. He's about to get a lot of plays now.
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
I just like to hear T.I. explain things because it sounds so smart, and it's like, and it sort of makes me proud. I'm like, he's a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't expect him. You wouldn't, he's a rapper that you wouldn't normally expect. A rapper to speak so eloquently, of his stature. But the way you hear T.I. talking, it makes you think that everything he says is true, regardless of what it is. When he says things like expeditiously, or, he uses other large words that are like, they used to call $20 words when I was like in high school writing, the SAT. So they use these $20 words or these $50 words, and that, then you'll pass your test. Yeah, when he uses all these $20 and $50 words, but he makes them, $100 and $1 million words. It just makes me want to listen. It makes me feel good about myself.
All right.
Regardless of how crazy it is. Regardless of how crazy it is. I'm just being silly. No, I do want to. I do want to listen to it though. I do want to listen to it. Now, I don't know, man. I've thought about that situation, and I guess the the podcast that had him on there talking about it, sort of took that show down. Took that episode down.
They did.
And maybe that was T.I.'s representatives that asked them to take it down. Because I think as a podcast, you normally sort of work off of replays and plays, et cetera, et cetera. So it's always interesting, to hear that they took down that show, because normally us as a podcast, we've had to either adjust or delete an episode that we uploaded because of like some kind of copyright thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no copyright situation there. It's just he said some very questionable things. So.
It's funny. He probably was just talking. He probably really doesn't do that. But he's one of those people that just like to hear himself talk and seem deep and he probably really doesn't even do that. That would be fun if he's like, yeah, I really don't do that. It's just I was talking and I was in a role and I wasn't paying attention to what I was saying. I just had a good roll going.
Right, yeah. You never know, man. You never know. That's funny. All right, well, what else, y'all? Y'all got anything else, or is it time to tap the love box?
I don't have much of anything.
What y'all think about CM Punk coming back to WWE or Fox, or kind of coming back to WWE?
I don't know. It's been a while since I watched wrestling.
Yes.
The crazy thing is, the last thing I heard about CM Punk was that surprisingly Master P was trying to sign him to his HOG wrestling entertainment or whatever it is. Yeah, I was like, nah, I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's probably gonna go back. Yeah. So yeah, I hadn't been white, but I guess that's a good move on his part. I'm not sure I would I don't know. I'm not sure I would trust going over to Master P's wrestling thing right now. Maybe see how it goes in the next couple of years or so.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I have a question. So, did I see something that The Rock was returning as well, or did he just return for like an appearance?
He returned for the the very first new SmackDown on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he returned to wrestle?
No. He just cut a promo. He said he's retired now, so I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah. So I was just trying to figure out, if they were just trying to bring back a lot of people who had, been away from it for a while. I know that WWE is just, I know the WWE and a couple other ones out there are the I guess the mega businesses, and they're always have money flowing in and fans who will travel, et cetera.
Yeah.
But I was thinking maybe initially that the Rock thing, the CM Punk thing, et cetera, were just like publicity stunts, so to speak.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So with Punk, it's just, I think what's going on is he's really hired by Fox to just do a broadcast the after show after SmackDown and give his opinion on stuff. But I don't know if that's going to lead into him wrestling again or signing straight with WWE again. But it just blew my mind, because that was the last time when I was really into wrestling was with him when he was there. So when I saw that, and I on the side, I run a wrestling page, so it was good content. But I haven't even been on there much.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. It's all good. Yeah. I have a question for you. So Logan Paul,
Logan Paul, yes, the YouTuber, right?
Yeah. So it looks like there's betting odds between him and CM Punk for a UFC match.
Come on, man.
It says, let's see here. CM Punk has opened as a betting favorite against Logan Paul as a minus 225 favorite. Bookmakers appear to value the professional MMA experience of the former WWE champion over the youth of controversial YouTuber.
Come on, dude.
Oh man, Logan Paul's an underdog at plus 175, meaning that a $100 bet would net a return of $175 if he actually won. Yeah. So I mean, who do you got? Who you got?
I mean, Punk has lost he's lost every fight. You see, I wish he'd have done like his other wrestling buddies and start, like somewhere smaller and build up his, repertoire. Even Batista started like low, but I mean, I guess I'm gonna go with Punk because I mean he's wrestled his whole life and he got to know something.
Yeah,
and he's trained, of course, for these fights. Like, I mean, it's no joke to even train for a fight. That's got to be like really rough. And he's used to getting hit, so he could probably take a punch, and he knows some stuff that we don't know that he know about. Logan Paul, what is he like? What is he training? Like boxing or something?
Yeah, he just recently had a fight like last weekend, I think, with another YouTuber.
KSI.
Yeah, there you go.
And he lost to KSI.
He lost, but his bank account did not lose. I tell you that. So either way it goes, it's gonna be a big payday for either one of them. So
true.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just think it's silly.
It is.
I think it's silly. I mean, I think we're getting closer and closer to the real celebrity death match. Like the more and more these go on, maybe it'll be like like semi-celebrity death matches. So they have like a bunch of YouTubers and people like that who aren't like real celebrities, but they're like semi-celebrities. Or maybe they're like segmented celebrities, like only a part of society knows who they are, just like this guy, and they go out there and try to fight a real fighter. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think CM Punk would have to take this one.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. Let me see if they have it scheduled already. Let me see when this fight is supposed to happen. Where does it say that at? Yeah, even though CM Punk is 41, I think he'll still take him out.
Yeah.
It doesn't say. I don't see on here exactly when this fight's going to go down, but I'd be interested to see it. To see what happens. So. But hey, who knows? Maybe Logan Paul got hands. Who knows?
Maybe.
I guess.
Who knows? Yeah. I don't know. Of all the WWE guys that have retired or girls that have retired, who would you want to see come back, Sir Jon Lee? This is like present or way past. WWE.
I mean,
WWF.
the guy that I thought would never return. Well, he's not returned yet, so I guess CM Punk still. And I'll return. Let me see. Who else? There's somebody else that needs to return. I guess Paige on the women's side.
Okay.
I know, but that might be impossible because I think she had a neck injury.
Oh boy.
Yeah. She was good.
But yeah, I guess CM Punk and Paige. Oh, AJ Lee.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? What about you, Jay?
Man. Actually, when you just asked that, the first person that came to mind was Mankind. But that's way long ago. I doubt his body could take any more abuse than it already took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be interesting just to see him come back and fall from like a freaking 50-foot drop onto some tables.
Not
and
again.
then get up with like 2 teeth left in his mouth. So
Oh man.
See, I think AJ Lee should come back just because she's beautiful. That's why I said that. The hotness. I'm trying to think, man. If I could try to pull anybody back, oh wow, of all time. I mean, one dude that I used to love was Yokozuna. Way back in the day. Do you know who Yokozuna is, Sir Jon Lee?
Oh yeah. That's when I was.
He was like,
that's my era. I was like 5 years old when him and Bret Hart was fighting at WrestleMania 9.
man, Yokozuna. Like,
I mean, you turn around and put that butt in your face.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of his moves. I used to
That was
think
like
it was hilarious.
the finishing move.
I never understood how anybody could beat him. I didn't get it. I know. I don't understand that. There's no way you could beat this guy. Come on. He moves that quick and he's that big. No way.
Exactly. And little did I know until I just now looked up a picture about him that Roman Reigns was one of his cousins.
Yeah.
Who knew?
He's in I'm not pronouncing it right, but the Rock's family dynasty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's a cousin of Yokozuna too? Or
Yeah.
I guess some kind of relative?
Rikishi, Yokozuna, The Rock, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, High Chief Peter Maivia, Tamina, what's the Nia Jax.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of them. The head shrinkers. It's so many of them. It's like that family tree is huge.
Wow, that's crazy. And they just keep recycling them through the WWE, WWF. So that's pretty dope. I think that's another dude that I would probably want to bring back, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, because I always thought he was dope, and I love his name. So Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Yeah. Anyway, it's always think about them. And then do y'all remember Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Man, I used to be in love.
Yeah.
But I was
actually
not
a
in
Netflix
love.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's
pretty good.
Good.
That show's good.
I haven't seen it, but I need to see it. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't had a chance. I haven't checked it out yet, but yeah, I used to love that show, and it was weird that like my dad let me watch that back in the day.
Oh yeah,
and it was fine. It was fine. I guess I was in that age range where I was coming of age, if you will.
Yeah.
So it's all good. But even though I did not think that she was pretty, I used to love Mountain Fiji. I thought she was great. I like those big wrestlers. I like big wrestlers. What can I say?
Like the big women, huh?
Big fine woman that makes you smile when she passes you.
Hey. What up? Hey.
It's all good. Love them all. Tina Ferrari, I used to love her too.
There was one of the ladies made it to the WWE. I think it was Ivory. She went by Ivory in WWE. I'm not sure what she went by in Glow.
I have to find out. Let's see here. Who could dive? I used to love her too. Let's see here. I think I just saw a list that it showed, but I can't get back to it. Glow wrestlers in the WWE. Where's it say that?
Oh wait, it says she was was she like the Godfather's side woman in WWE?
Not really. She was a part of Right to Censored, though. I know.
Oh, okay.
She may have played one of the quote unquote Hose.
There you go.
He said, hose.
I don't know if she played one of these hoes, but I know she was. I believe that that's the right person. Let me see.
Let's see here, Lisa. Yeah, Ivory. Let's see here. She was Tina Ferrari. Yep, there you go.
Oh, so yeah, Tina. Okay, cool.
Her real name was Lisa Moretti. There you go.
But she was one of the Godfather's hoes.
Hose.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
Oh man.
That's hilarious. All right, y'all. Well, on the note of the hose, we will go ahead and let Jay roll that music, that careless whisper, the George Michael. You know what I'm saying? Where you can get your hoe, male or female, reach over and tap that little box.
Just grab your hoe.
Grab your hoe.
Grab your hoe.
Yes, indeed. So, if you think it was dope that Colin Kaepernick had an opportunity today to work out for, some NFL teams, because in this year where I think multiple teams have used multiple quarterbacks, there's a need for Colin in some teams. If you think that's dope, then tap your love box.
Tap your love button. Wow.
If the pips are in the crib, ma, tap that love box. I always wanted to say that.
The pimp's in the crib.
I just had to say it. It was just on my heart. God put it on my heart.
Yes.
Don't bring the Lord to this. My bad.
Oh, man.
It's all good.
If you already dropped that $6.99 to get your Disney Plus and reminisce on all the old shows, tap your love box.
That's dope. Did y'all both get it?
I'm about to.
Yeah,
right after I get off here, I'm gonna get it.
I was just watching. What's that joint? Remember the Titans.
Oh,
it's on
yeah.
pause right now.
Oh man, it makes it so hard for me because this is the thing. I have a lot of those like Marvel movies and even a lot of the other Disney movies that came out. That I watched. Probably bought them because took my kids to see them as they were younger.
Bro.
And so now I'm trying to figure, and I already have them like on DVD or Blu-ray, whatever. Yeah. So now, would it be smarter to go ahead and just get this?
Get it. Introduce your kids to old school DuckTales.
Oh,
that's true.
Darkwing Duck. Tailspin.
Scrooge. Oh yeah, Scrooge McDuck. Yeah. Oh, I guess you're right about that.
Just do that.
I have to do that.
If you canceled your free trial to DC Universe, tap your love box.
Major shade. I'm about. He's major shade because he's like, I just bought that Disney Plus and canceled DC.
It's not enough content. I'm sorry. It's just not enough content.
True.
But Doom Patrol is dope.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Doom Patrol is dope.
That's cool.
I watched the first couple episodes of that. That was pretty good. If you're a little baffled by Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out after Love Box, I don't think they need another one, but
I ain't even seen 1, 2, 3.
You got to do yourself a favor, man. Beverly Hills Cop 1 and really Beverly Hills Cop 2 were amazing. Beverly Hills Cop 3 was a reach.
Yeah, it had its moments.
Yeah, it had like 4 moments.
Okay.
But no, it was Eddie at his best, I gotta say, man. 1 and 2 at least. A little bit of 3.
I always get mixed up with that in 48 Hours. Like, I know it's y'all could My age is showing.
I mean, they're all buddy cop movies, so, you know. But nah, I think Beverly Hills Cop 2 was probably Eddie's best Beverly Hills Cop. Me personally.
Yeah, I could see that.
Those movies also spawned that. They also spawned that line. I can't remember who rapped it, but we're not gonna fall for no banana in the tailpipe. We're not living in no 6x6 wearing the jail strap. Oh, that was Master P. That was Master P's song. There you go.
Hey,
It ain't my fault. I remember that. So, yeah, man, tap your little box if you're gonna go see Kanye West talk at the ever so smiley Joel Osteen's church.
Nah,
I'm cool. I'm cool.
I think Joel Osteen had a smile tattooed onto his face, and he did it's just his face, or he had Botox shot up into his face where all he does is smile all the time. I don't even think he can close his mouth.
Like I used to catch him on Sunday mornings, and it's so positive. But I saw a meme, and it kind of ruined it for me. It's like, yo, Joel ain't saying not a damn thing out the Bible.
I know exactly. Exactly. And that's the problem. That's my problem.
wow.
Tap your low if you're gonna invest in a Bible for Joel Osteen.
Maybe Kanye will drop one off to him.
Give that man a book.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
And you gonna give him a new Bible made from custom Yeezys, the Yeezy skin Bible.
Man, give him some Yeezy slides.
Mm. Did you see them new Yeezys or the new whatever?
Yeah, I'm not messing.
No.
I never check for them, so I have not seen it.
It came across the timeline, and I saw some. They look nasty, dude. But I'm sure they're gonna sell out. So.
Oh, you know they will.
They will.
You know, they really will. Coming from the man who said he wanted to make homelessness fashionable, they're gonna sell. So. Unfortunately, people be sending line. Tap your love box if you're excited to get this new Hostess Twinkie cereal.
What?
Tap your love box if you have hepatitis B.
What? What?
Wow.
Okay.
For some reason, my son and his friends are stuck on this hepatitis B thing, and he said, "Tap your love box if you have hepatitis."
It's me, hepatitis B.
Oh, okay. This is what it's like to be 11, y'all. I forgot.
I forgot too. And then when that little girl, I forgot.
He's dancing. He's doing the hepatitis B dance now. Okay, so but Twinkies is coming out with a box of cereal, $4 a box, somewhere around there, just in time for holiday season, and they'll sort of mimic the shape of the original Twinkie, or of Twinkies.
Wait,
so
talk about who's their marketing team? They should have did this around Halloween. That'd be more appropriate,
right? Well, you would think, right? You would think. Here, I'm gonna send y'all a picture of it. But yeah, man, these look like. I mean, they look like little maggots. Like, to be honest, they look like little crispy maggots.
Why are you looking at Yeezy slides?
That's nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but
that's nasty.
Somebody gonna be out there buying them just like that Mario cereal just came out, just like Cookie Crisp.
Are they filled with little cream?
I don't think they're filled with cream. But that would be funny if you bit into them. They have a little burst of cream come out.
That would be so
creepy.
Wait.
So
Dad, did you know they had Funyun cereals?
They don't have Funyun cereal,
Search it up.
My son said they have Funyun cereal.
Oh wow, I'm sure they do.
Search it up.
Wait, so are they gonna have the cream flavor though? Because the Twinkie, you can't have the Twinkie without the cream.
Yeah, I know, man, and I don't know,
They
man.
do have Funyun cereal. Wait, that ain't real. That's not real.
Come on.
No, that's not real. That's not real. It's a made up box.
I mean, they got Bootios, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have Funyun cereal.
You know what? I was supposed to buy some and support black-owned businesses, man. But dang, I forgot. They still sell those or something?
Yeah, I think you get them on Amazon.
I think so.
Yeah, because my Woken Warrior friends, you know, why the black man gotta have a booty out and stuff like that. I wanted to buy some just to annoy him.
You should have bought some.
Dang, I blew it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really interesting to see this Twinkie cereal because, I mean, if they can make Twinkie cereal, I would totally go out and buy some oatmeal cream pie cereal. I would. I just would. You couldn't tell me that I wouldn't do that.
Oatmeal cream pie. Oh yeah, yeah.
I used to love them.
Yeah, there's hot
Little
Cheetos.
Debbie's.
Yeah.
Or even the Ding Dong cereal.
I'm surprised they haven't made
Strawhead?
the Star cereal.
The Ho-Hos.
It's crunch.
Which one?
The
Star Crunch?
Star Crunch, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's an easy one for them to make.
Yeah, that should be easy.
Oh,
You know it would be disgusting though if they had the snowballs. You know them snowballs is like
Yeah.
chocolate cake with the weird pink coconut on the
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Now why do they call them snowballs and they pink?
because the dogs did something.
I never seen a pink snowball. I don't know. Pink on the outside, brown and white, creamy on the inside. I don't understand.
That's funny.
I don't understand. But I'm not going to try the Twinkie cereal, y'all. I'm sorry.
No.
You should try the Cheetos here.
There's no Cheetos cereal. Boy, get on out of here. Get
You
on
saw
out
the
of here.
Funyun cereal, didn't you?
Okay, get on out of here.
They powdered donut cereal. You know that?
Oh yeah, powdered donut.
What's that?
They got powdered
Powdered
donut cereal. They got honey bun cereal.
What?
I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Hostess honey bun cereal.
They just selling diabetes wholesale now.
Yeah,
huh?
there you go.
I mean, really?
Diabetes in a box.
There's Chick-fil-A cereal.
All you ask for is, may I please have diabetes in my cereal bowl, and they will make it and sell it.
I don't know.
That's it.
Let's give them diabetes. They'll sell that.
It said, say no more. I mean, they already make Honey Smacks. You ever eaten Honey Smack before?
Nah, I haven't had that.
Honey Smacks is just solid sugar. It's like solid sugar, like that they sort of color brown a little bit, and like they puff it up. Like they say they say it's puffed rice, but it's like sugar infused puffed rice, toasted up, glazed with like more honey and sugar. I don't even think it's. I think it's like scientifically made honey. But I remember at one time it was researchers deemed it to be like the worst possible cereal that you could eat because there was not even a shred of nutritional value to it.
I remember back in the day, this guy came to my church. I think he was like on some pseudoscience stuff, but he basically said that milk and sugar together, like when you have a sugary cereal and with milk, it's like drinking beer or eating crack.
Wow.
Wow.
And like he had charts and pie charts and shit.
That's
Wow.
That's crazy.
I looked that up recently. I was like, okay, but I mean, it's bad for you. I don't know
Yeah.
crack though.
Wow. That's crazy, man. It's crazy, but I mean, it's, you sort of got to drink that milk, though. It tastes so good. It's so sweet.
I'm gonna tell you right now that new Popeye's chicken sandwich is pretty much similar to crack. The way folks be fighting over it nowadays.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Tap your love box if you've yet to have the Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Tapping.
So, speaking of that, did y'all see that there was a fatal stabbing at Popeyes
Yeah.
over a chicken sandwich?
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
That's been
Come on, man.
Multiple fights. Body slams. The lady that got body slammed broke her ribs, her arm, and her leg.
Hey, listen, she look, it's so weird because even though she called the man an N-word, I still feel bad for her.
Yeah.
Because that boy picked
Man.
her up and said, boom!
She was destroyed. Like, that, she almost went through the ground. But,
I'm just glad none of these stories are coming out of Compton, though. You have yet to hear that Compton has had any dilemma with the chicken sandwich at all.
Well, I'll tell you, right? There hasn't been one of those stories out of Utah either.
Oh no.
Because I went to Popeyes. I think like that Tuesday after the chicken sandwich relaunched, and I got one. And I mean, I spent like 10 minutes total in line. Like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. There was no fights. You know, there was no lines out the door wrapped around the building. You know, nobody threatened to stab anybody else if they didn't get their chicken sandwich. Like, everybody was cool.
And no Mormons trying to stab you.
No Mormons.
There's no Mormon. There were no Mormons, ready to stab people over the chicken sandwich. They didn't care. So, yeah, but
you gotta appreciate the rollout of this. Whoever put together the promotion for this, because it just came out of nowhere. I don't know if they paid people on Twitter to tweet about it or something, or I don't know how they did it, but like whatever they did, it's like, dang.
Yeah. and then the relaunch, they were even smarter in the relaunch because they had all these ads up saying that we're open on Sundays, come and get a chicken sandwich.
Smart.
Like directly taking shots at Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Directly. So, which I had for dinner tonight. So,
question: is it worth it? Is it?
I'm gonna tell you what, man. Based on my review, which I had actually posted a video about it, but then I realized that I might have given away my card information, so I had to delete the video really quickly. Just because it might have flashed, it was a really good sandwich, man. It was juicy from first bite to last bite. The meat was about 1.5 inches thick. It wasn't just like a throwaway chicken carcass that they threw on there. It was like an actual quality piece of chicken breast. The breading was tasty, crispy, flavorful. The bun was nice and toasted, buttered with whatever this sauce that they put on there, some aioli or something like that. And the pickles were good. So I mean, it was a quality sandwich. I would go back to get one again. I would not wait in line longer than I wouldn't wait no 15, 20, 30 minute line for one. No. I definitely wouldn't fight over one. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, it was worth trying at least once.
All right.
So I say go for it at least once.
Does the bread get soggy though?
It did not. It didn't get soggy, man. Like I bought it and ate it, ate it right away. So it didn't get soggy. Even with the sauce on the side that they had the sauce on, it wasn't soggy. So it is, like I said, it's worth at least one time getting it.
But is it better than the hashtag blackout spicy chicken sandwich?
Nothing is better than the hashtag
where
blackout
the bread gets
spicy
stuck to the top of the roof of your mouth. Gotta love
like Wonder Bread, white bread,
exactly. Right? Yep.
Yeah.
Tastes so good.
Nothing is better than that one. Oh man. Nothing. Man. Tap your love box if you've already finished your holiday shopping or already finished shopping for yourself, because Black Friday deals have been going on for the past month already.
Tap your love box if you're going out on Black Friday just to people watch and see who getting fights.
Or like the Christmas tree ones.
Okay.
You've got to say
Tap your love box if you're waiting for Cyber Monday though.
Remember that.
You have social anxiety and you're an introvert and want to stay in.
Stay at home.
Over no flat screen TV.
Yeah,
bruh. I mean, I personally enjoy the people watching and the fighting. I've been elbowed out of the way by a little old lady before. I really have. I've witnessed people in Walmart getting in fights and getting arrested over over an old copy of Madden. It was like the previous year, and it was Black Friday. I was like, why y'all fighting for last year's Madden? You know what I'm saying? But it's funny though. It's funny.
What's the cheapest TVs at Walmart? What are they called?
Not the Vizio, but
No.
the Element.
The Element. So I've seen people just tackle each other just to get an Element TV that'll probably break in like a week.
Oh man,
That's
got your
funny.
new 70-inch Element TV that costs $200.
That's funny.
It's so funny, man. It really is funny, but I think the most the thing that's most I don't know, that's like just so fascinating to me is there is a time that I like to call the it's sort of like the pregame time, right, of Black Friday shopping, and this is specifically, you know, when they open up at like 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving for some stupid reason, but then they say, hey, these deals start at 10 p.m. So, you know, there's people who get to these stores around that time. They go in, they find out what section, you know, what special deal is going to be on, and like sometimes, like in a case like Walmart, they'll have, you know, a pallet that's wrapped in black, sitting in a specific spot, and maybe there's like a big piece of, you know, a sign on the outside that says, you know, flat screen TVs. You know, this is the XYZ flat screen TV. And you've already seen it in the ad, it's going to be $137 when it's normally $700. So you're like, I'm definitely getting that TV.
Yeah.
And people hang out, and the pregame is people sort of walking around, finding the stuff, they get to the stuff, and they hang out there. And then you see people camping there for 3, 4, 5 hours. And back in the day, it used to be people would get there like, you know, 11 p.m. and wait until like 8 in the morning.
Right.
Right?
They camp outside.
So they're camping out, they're pre-gaming. There's some people who do a sneak peek. They'll sort of rip open a little bit of the plastic to see what's under there. You know what I'm saying? If they see that's what it is, they'll rip open the plastic and they'll put their hand on one box just so they can claim it. And they'd be like, I claimed it first. And then this is what happened, y'all. Within that last 5 minutes before the deals actually go into effect, everybody is sort of eyeing everybody else at all the other pallets or all the other lines waiting for whatever specific product. They're waiting to see who's going to be the one to do it first.
Bruh.
And what I mean by this is, as soon as you see somebody start to rip that plastic, they're not even a Walmart employee. They just start to rip that plastic, then it just sounds like dominoes across the store. Plastic ripping and boxes flying and people yelling.
Crazy.
That is the time that I love. Like, it is the most palatable thing, y'all.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
I'm looking at what's probably going to be the most sought after item at Walmart. And you said it
Which is
earlier.
what?
It's a 65-inch 4K Ultra HD TV. I never even heard of Scepter brand.
That's the other Element brand.
It's going to be $380. 65-inch 4K. So
man.
everybody's going to be going crazy over this. Scepter. What the hell is
It's
Scepter?
horrible. Scepter is just like Element, man. It's just like one of the other off
The
brands.
bottom
you know
of
what
the
I'm saying?
bottom brand.
Yeah, like the homestays. Walmart's homestays. I got a few of their plates, I ain't gonna lie.
Man.
Oh man. So
So it's a great value, heard it.
yes.
Oh,
Oh man. Tap your little box if you believe that if you buy a box of honeycombs at Walmart, at Kroger, or Vons, or any other place, it's the same box of honeycombs wherever you go. It's not different. It's the same. I had a debate with my son over that. So it's the same.
You thought it was different?
He's like,
Honeycombs
no, it's
with
different.
honeycombs?
It's different quality. I'm like, bruh, it's the same box, the same size, came from the same factory. It just went to a different store. No, you got it from Walmart. It's not as good.
It's funny.
Kids.
dang.
Apple Jackson.
That's
Apple
hilarious. I can't wait to have kids, man. Dang, that's hilarious.
Man, it's not even like you call them like honey spins versus honeycombs. It's like literally the same exact product. Oh man. I love it. I love it.
Kids.
Tap your love box if you miss LimeWire.
Oh man, I don't miss getting the viruses though.
I do miss LimeWire.
I do too.
LimeWire, Napster. Napster was the bomb, but then
Napster was great until they start charging.
Yeah, maybe it was Jay who told me about LimeWire the first time. It was like you could actually.
You told me about something a long time ago. It was called Hotwire, and there's a Hotwire now. I think it's not like travel stuff now, but back in the day, it's called Hotwire, and you had to go on you could get anything on there, all kind of application software, and you had to go on this wild goose chase around the internet just to get passwords and little secret text from this site, and then you type it in here, and then that site sends you to another site, and then you'll be able to download something, man.
But you download like a $300 software, you just had to go on.
It took like 40 minutes,
45 minutes,
especially if you're working with like a 56K modem.
Oh man, it's so sad.
Those were the days.
Those were the days, man. But LimeWire was dope, man.
Yeah,
LimeWire was dope. LimeWire is just as dope as the Razr phone, which is coming out again in January, y'all. Y'all happy for that?
I had a Razr a long time ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Sir Jon Lee, when did you first get a cell phone?
My first phone was a Chirp.
Dang, I don't even know what that is. It sounds
a Chirp. The Nextel Chirps. You don't remember the Chirps?
I heard.
Is that the one where you hit the side and it go? Brrr?
Yeah, it wasn't even really a phone.
It's like Cardi B before Cardi B.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. And those commercials. Where you at? Remember the commercials?
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, the where you at.
And then like I forgot the i4 6480 or something. I can't remember, but I got that, and me and my boy used to randomly chirp. Like we would like go in the chat rooms and then talk to girls, and then randomly chirp girls to see if it was girls and stuff, and just talk to girls. We thought we was doing something. It's hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I didn't have a Razr. I never had a Razr, but my dad had a Razr, and he loved his Razr phone, man. Thought it was hilarious, and he finally got a phone. But these new Razrs, though, y'all, it's similar. It looks similar to the old school Razr. Has a foldable screen.
Yeah, right? I saw that.
So I remember seeing foldable screen phones and tablets at last year's CES and playing with one. It's pretty dope. Yeah. But I'm not going to drop $1,500 on one.
$1,500?
Oh snap!
Nah.
Yeah.
Breaking news, y'all.
What's that?
LeVar Burton.
No, don't you say it.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not that. No.
Okay.
It has been reported on Gravity.com that he just gave Trump and Kanye West the business.
Oh,
verbally.
Okay.
Verbally.
Good. Okay.
Yes.
Verbally.
Did he sing it to the tone? Did he sing it to the tune of "Read a Rainbow"?
I would like to believe so, but I haven't read the article all the way. I'm sending it to you guys too.
Oh,
this is actually old. October 29th, 2018. That's old.
It's still breaking news though.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they keep getting us with these old articles. Why do black people post old articles?
Don't even ask me about my timeline. No, my aunts, my mama posting up old stuff from like 5 years ago, thinking it's new.
Okay, it's posted to this group I'm in, the Nerd Network. The guy has grays. He's gray. Nothing wrong with gray, but I should have known that this is an old article before I just made a fool of myself on the podcast.
Did y'all see this? Did y'all see that LeVar Burton on his podcast in 2016 said this about Trump? No, man. Hey, sometimes when you get old, you get a little out of touch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you try to post things and try to sound timely, but way behind.
We're gonna be there one day.
We're gonna be there one day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, just I'm gonna tell y'all this. Just wait until your kids are like 10 plus. Like my son right now is 11, and I tell him stuff. He's like, "Dad, that's so old." I'm like, "Dude, I just heard about it. I thought it just happened." He's like, "Man, that was like at the beginning of the summer." You know, that's how it is. That is how it is.
Hey,
So
I'm old
you know?
now. I'm up there now. I'm getting there. It's that natural progression,
yeah, you know,
evolution.
I just found out that they're not even doing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air anymore. I thought that was still going.
Man.
Nah, just kidding. No.
You still in that house with Will? Just
Right? I'm still there.
I'm just looking around.
I'm just looking around like, where's everybody at? Oh man, tap your little box if you're an old head and you still stuck back in the day. Just haven't made it out yet.
I'm joining you guys. I'm joining. I'm right there. It's happening.
Oh man. All right. Well,
It's gonna be
Any
awkward
more-
when I meet Kanye, though.
yeah.
It's gonna be awkward.
What would you when you had an opportunity? If you have an opportunity to meet Kanye, what would you say? What will you be like your first thing? Like, will you be starstruck? Will you be like, this is odd?
Well,
What do you think?
I think I would be starstruck, but I know I definitely want to tell him the effect that he had on my life.
Yeah.
I definitely want to tell him because, you know, this is the chance. You know, because
Yeah.
I'm not looking for anything from him anymore. That's why when he does something that I disagree with or I think is dumb, like, I'm like, it's okay because, you know, I'm not looking for anything from him because he's already, like, not to son myself, but he pretty much raised me already. So it's like, all right, you could make mistakes now. Now, if this was me back in high school, I'd be so upset. But yeah, I would definitely tell him the effect that he had on my life and like how he pretty much shaped me into the trajectory that I'm going in right now. And I probably said that wrong or butchered, but and I would try not to cry.
Yeah, man. I think it's one of those things, man. You have an opportunity to meet, you know, one of your heroes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, all the emotions come out. You know, if you're able to get them out, you know, or if you're able to hold it together and actually speak. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I think in some situations I may not even be able to speak. I'd just be like stuck.
Yeah.
Like, hello, you know, it would be super awkward for me. And they'd be like, who's this dude?
Who are y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all's like superheroes and idols like that.
Ooh, man. Todd McFarlane, one.
Oh yeah.
I could have met him a couple years ago at a Comic-Con. It just, the line got so long that they just had to cut everybody off, and then he's like, they're like, no more people can get through. So I missed out on that part. But him and I'd have to throw Master P up there as well. You know, just being from the same place, same region. You know, he did a lot. You know, for a young kid growing up there. So yeah, I'd say those two. Now, I'm sure there's like some more people, but yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh man. I would definitely have to say Denzel. Denzel.
Oh, that's another good one.
Yeah, it'd be big time, and you know, there was quite some time where I was, you know, just trying to sort of follow in his footsteps, so to speak. and pattern a lot of my acting career, behind him, and behind some of his abilities and his performances, etc. I did a lot of research on some of the things, some of the movies that he did for characters that I played. So yeah, man. So it would be definitely pretty hard to have a conversation with him because I'd be like, "Hello."
Yeah.
It would not go well for me. He'd be like, "Okay, keep it moving, young brother." You know what I'm saying?
All right, you got to keep it moving now.
yeah, exactly.
I don't have a good solution.
But I think that would definitely be one. Probably the main one. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's funny. But yeah, you meet Kanye. We definitely want to. We want to. When you meet Kanye, we want to interview you afterwards so we can see how that went.
Get the full effect.
Yeah, like
see if,
because this year has been crazy, and I'll give y'all an update. Like top of the year, just all crashed down on me. Spent time hospitalized and stuff, in and out. First half of the year, and then the rest of this time, getting back to society, getting a job again. I haven't had a job in a while, and I found something I like doing.
Wow,
to sustain. I'm a freaking librarian now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at you! Look at you!
Yeah, and
that's dope.
And and I found out you could get your degree in that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm about getting ready to go back to school and finish that. It'll be quick because I already have, enough transferable credits, and then I already finished parts and stuff like that. So it'll be real quick. And that's something I'm going to keep forever, no matter how successful the music goes, because it's just something that I need. I need that, consistent thing. And then also, I didn't know if I was going to keep doing music or not. But then 3 weeks ago, I get a phone call from somebody I look up to a lot from Compton, and she was like, "Hey, you're on my album." And she's a critically acclaimed artist. She worked on Grammy winning projects. She's
nice.
She's the shit.
That's dope. That's dope.
Congratulations. That's dope.
And she's like, "Come to the party." I go to the party, and it's like, I get it now. I get it. I'm not in control. Figured out. So this month has been the full circle moment. This is the silver lining. This is everything's falling into place.
That's dope.
So when I'm playing around, when I say, when I meet Kanye, in the back of my head, I know that that's gonna happen probably soon.
Yeah, speak it into existence.
Yeah, so just putting it out there on the podcast so everybody can hear. But it's been wild. So, but I'm back.
Yes.
That's great.
That's dope. That's
praise
dope,
report
man.
or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I think that I've gotten some advice from a friend who left the company that I was with on, she didn't leave on the best terms, if you will, and it wasn't her doing, it was the what do you call it? It was her bosses who just unceremoniously let her go before her 2 weeks was up, and she was like, "You know what? Whatever you're gonna do in life, do something that you love, and follow your dream, regardless of what people say about your dream. You follow your dream, and even if it's a dream you do on the side, or if it's a dream that you can turn into something that you do every day, it's something that you love. Make sure you do it. Make sure you keep your skills tight, and at some point in time, just when you least expect it, it's gonna pop off for you. So
yeah.
So
yeah, because because like I didn't do any music this year, and like I got the, you know, this is probably the biggest placement of my whole music career ever. It is. So like, what you're just saying is like real. That's some real stuff.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's
That's
dope, and I can't wait to see what happens with that and when that comes out. So.
Oh, it's out. Let me send you the link. You're gonna
okay.
You're gonna be shockingly. Listen to the whole project. Don't just listen to. I'm not even gonna tell you which one I worked on, but
Okay.
I'll just play the whole thing.
Definitely down for that. And that's just if everybody is still listening right now, you know, that's just a reminder, you know, y'all. You know, you have your dream, you know what I'm saying? Don't give up on your dream. You know, don't let it die. If it's truly something that you love and you want to do, don't let it die, because you never know, you know, who's going to call. You never know who's going to meet you at some event that you're at and say, hey, I can invest. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know what happens. That was like the most unlikely lady that I could possibly have met yesterday at this live thing I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, she showed up at this store looking for, you know, a certain product, and she's like, they didn't have the one I wanted, but they ordered the bigger one for me, and I was like, really? You wouldn't expected this person to, you know, be out here, you know, searching for the largest version of this, you know, one grill, which was super expensive. Mm-hmm. And she was like, hey, you know, I'm somebody who likes to invest in, you know, young, good, talented people. And since there's no good barbecue in Utah, and this lady's from California, she's like, there's no good barbecue here. We need to talk. I like to invest in young talent. So I was like, holler at me. let's talk. Let's do this. You know, you never know.
That's dope.
So
that's dope.
And I would, as long as I could turn something into, you know, something that I'd be able to help, you know, provide for and support my family, and you know, it would leave me in a situation where I could leave sort of my current job and job hunting situation. I'm down. You know, cool with it. I'm down.
Yeah, for real.
So, yeah. All right, cool. We gonna hold on to that, and we're gonna listen to that.
Yeah.
After this. So thank you very much for that. That is dope. So, all right, Jay. Well, you know, at this point, we'll go ahead and let Sir Jon Lee do his sign off. Sir Jon Lee, man, thank you very much for being back on the show.
Yes,
calling us, you know, hipping us to this face down by Prince. It's so funny.
Man, thank y'all for having me on here again. I really appreciate y'all, man. And like, you know, the check-ins and all that stuff, like, really appreciate that so much.
Always.
You got it, bro.
Always. You're welcome back anytime. Especially after you meet Kanye. I'm gonna have lots of questions.
Lots of questions.
I'm gonna ask if you looked at Kim Kardashian's booty while you were talking to Kanye. I know you're married. And you know, all three of us are.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just one of those things. Yeah. Like,
black man's eye can't stray away from the booty for too long.
You know.
I just start doing his own thing. You know what? Yeah. Stop it, dog. Stop it.
Kanye be like, what? I thought you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to Ye.
Oh man.
Anyway.
All right.
I gotta send y'all this. I hope y'all can get this file. Let me see. Did it send? Oh, okay. All right, cool. I think it's below. But yeah, y'all got it.
All right.
Dope. Got it. Thank you. All right, Jay, why don't you go ahead and tell the people where they could get their dog a wig and listen to the rest of our episodes.
Get their dog a wig. All right.
Yeah, man. You never seen no Yorkie poodle with the, I'm gonna talk to the manager wig on.
Oh yeah. All right, people. Get your wig at #BlackoutPod, Twitter and Instagram, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud, Anchor, Spreaker, YouTube, Spotify. Email us stuff, topics, whatever. #blackoutpod@gmail.com. 353-BLAKPC or 353-255-2572 is where you could call us and let us hear your sultry voice. Check out the brand, the sponsor, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Etsy.com/shop/Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Get yourself some spices for the holiday season. Everybody is going to be cooking something. Why not cook it with the hooks?
Mm-hmm. That is the only way to go.
Only way.
All right. Well, on
that dog, that wig.
Y'all see that?
Yeah.
That dog. You know what? I think dogs who get costumes and things like that, they have to be thinking inside, boy, if I could stab this person.
Like, I hate you.
Please, somebody just take me out.
Got 8 in it. Yo, do y'all watch Tony Burke?
Who is that?
Tony Burke. Wait, I'm not pronouncing it right. Tony. He does like voiceovers for.
Oh, Tony Baker.
Tony Baker comedy.
Baker,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
Funny, man.
That dude.
Cram.
That dude's hilarious. Nah, I'll just say that I think all animals in those situations just like want somebody to go ahead and put them down. Like, I'd rather not be here than be here in this moment.
Got hate in your eyes.
Right? Exactly. All right. On that note, I'm blacking out. Peace.
Blacking out.
All right.